So next we're going to hear about the trunk kinematics of horses when jumping in an International Puissance competition from David Deillon.
So, hi everyone, thank you very much for the introduction, Hilary, and ICEL for accepting this study. So quickly on the declarations as Russell advised me today. So there has been no funding obtained here. Regarding the competing interests, I'm personally the CEO and founder of the company Alogo, and the company behind also the device that we were using for the data collection here. So the jumping sports requires the horse to raise its center of mass sufficiently high enough to ensure that all its body parts clear the height and weight of the fence. The body position at liftoff is particularly important when jumping high fences. At liftoff, the vertical velocity of the center of mass, height of center of mass, and distance from the center of mass and the fence were positively correlated with successful clearing a fence between 1.80 meters and 2.27 meters. So at liftoff, the distance of the leading hind limb to the center of mass was negatively correlated with the successfully clearing a fence between 1.80 meters and 2.27 meters. So the puissance competition can be described as a high jump competition for horses over a maximum of 5 rounds. The height of the puissance wall is incrementally increased. The riders must successfully clear the wall at the respective height to advance to the next round. And 2.40 meters is the highest recorded height in a puissance competition. Here is an example of the round that one of the rounds that we have collected. So you have first the triple bar. So it's not a vertical, it's a bit of horizontal fence, and now the puissance wall. So as part of the competition, horses are required to successfully clear the triple bar prior to approaching the puissance wall, and the biomechanics associated with the successfully clearing a puissance wall have not been extensively described. So the objectives were to quantify the trunk kinematics when jumping a triple bar compared with a puissance wall during the NFEI competition, and comparing the two fences. So the hypotheses are the trunk pitch angle on takeoff would be increased. The trunk yaw on takeoff will be increased. And here you can see an example of horse equipped with the device over the puissance wall. So the methods were 12 horse rider combinations competing during an FEI competition were volunteered to participate to the study. So you have here an example that was broadcasted on the TV. How do we fit the device to each horses? So prior to the warm-up, every riders were, we call it a holder. So they were already equipped. And then just before they enter, so we just slide the device, start the recording. They do their round. When they go out, we stop and we collect the data. So for this study, we were 24 successfully jumping rounds from 1.80 meters to 2.20 meters. So 5 rounds, but fortunately for the round 5, we have no data. And so the device was 3-axle accelerometers with an integrated GPS sensor attached mid-ventrally to the girth. So once they went out of the ring, so we were downloading the data and exporting in Excel, and the analysis were showing a P0.05. So here you can see the 3D representation. So we have the top view here, the triple bar coming from the right hand. Then every between dots are strides, canter strides here for that example, and then the puissance wall and so on. And here on the side view, you can see the last stride trajectory, the jump trajectory, and the stride after trajectory. There is also the strides before and after, but for this study we were focusing only on the last stride, the jump, and the stride after. So the stride preceding the takeoff, as you can see here, we have split into 4 rounds, so round 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 24 round together. And the hashed column is the puissance wall, and the empty is the triple bar. So you can see here between the stride length, vertical acceleration, and the stride speed, there is a higher value for the puissance wall, except for the trunk yaw, which was very interesting to discover. For the triple bar, so it was more trend to tilt to the right, and on the puissance wall to the left. So for this, we need further investigation to explain that. Regarding the jump suspension, what is very interesting is to see from round 1 to round 4. So remember, it was 1.80 meters and 2.15 meters here. So we can see that the horses are jumping the same height. So they are not jumping higher when the wall is higher. And then again, so the trunk pitch degree is increasing for the puissance wall compared to the triple bar. And also here, again, interestingly, so on the triple bar, the horses are more leaning to the right. And then as the fence is going higher, it tends to be more straight, so close to 0. So the stride following the jumps, the stride length is shorter on the puissance wall. After the puissance wall, sorry, the vertical acceleration is higher compared to the triple bar, and the trunk pitch increase in the negatively way. So there are more plunging to the front after the puissance wall. So horses adopt a different biomechanical strategy to clear the puissance wall, with acceleration being interesting. The jump height remained fairly consistent regardless of an increase in puissance wall height. The yaw was decreased on approach and when jumping the puissance wall versus the triple bar, which may indicate a biomechanical strategy to maintain height. The horse reduced its trunk yaw. And regarding our hypothesis, so the trunk pitch angle on takeoff increased, but not the trunk yaw on takeoff, so it was not increasing. So some take-home points. Horses adopt a different biomechanical strategy to clear the puissance wall. The relationship between height versus the decreased yaw warrants further research. The equipment identifies several features that distinguish jumping performance over 2 fences types, with accelerations, trunk yaw, and height being particularly interesting. So, thank you very much for your attention.
Questions?
Hello, UTRECHT, Utrecht University. These 5 rounds, were they performed within what time?
During an afternoon.
1 afternoon, okay.
Yeah, yeah, it was live broadcasted, so it was 2 hours and a half, something like that. Yeah.
Would you consider then that there's also a fatigue factor playing into account for the performance of the horses? Or do you think they recovered well between rounds?
Yeah, I think there is a fatigue, yes. Okay. The more rounds you go, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, from Harper University, Isabel. Just a very practical question, looking at the graph where you have your yaw data. Really interesting to see there's actually less yaw movement going to the higher wall. But you saw there was a difference in direction as well. Very practical. Is it just because they are in a different canter lead, or am I getting this wrong? Why is it a different direction? Is that...
Yeah, that's what we discussed with Russell. So we can suppose that yes, the triple bar was from right hand, and then
Okay.
the puissance wall on left hand, but like we said, so we need further investigation to confirm or not this. Yeah.
Interesting.
And just to kind of follow up on that, I suppose you'll correlate those with the leading limbs on the approach for the yaw?
That's what we saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just because it's on the turn doesn't mean that's the...
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, David.
Thank you.